Let our hearts be in God. And let God be our devotion. And let's honor God with our heart. But her heart was in Sodom and Gomorrah. The people of God, when they were being led by Moses out of the wilderness, out of Egypt into the wilderness, they've been traveled so far, and they were hungry. They were hungry. And they came to Moses and said, Moses, why did you bring us out here to die of hunger? Let me ask you this. Were the people of God going to die of hunger? Say yes or no.
No.
Were they going to die of thirst?
No.
Were they going to be ignored in the desert?
No.
Say, why did you bring us here to die in the wilderness? And then one of them said, oh man, I remember the stews, the soup, the caldo, man. Cocido, man. Onions. And lentils. Menudo, man. I remember the menudo from Egypt. See, they were out of Egypt, but Egypt was in their heart. They wanted to, I want to go back to Egypt. And I'm speaking to some of you here this morning that you are in church, out of the world, but your heart is still in the world. You're out of Sodom and Gomorrah, but your heart's still in Sodom and Gomorrah. How shall we escape if we neglect so great salvation? Faith to believe in His word. Then the Lord rained brimstone and fire on Sodom and Gomorrah from the Lord out of heaven. And I like to watch the Discovery Channel, the History Channel, because they try to explain how it happened. Oh, there was a miracle, and it just happened. It just came this way. How the world was made. You know, programs and programs of how the world was made. Hey, I know how the world was made. Amen. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The word says it. I believe it. That settles everything.
Amen.
So He overthrew them, those cities, all the plains, all the inhabitants of the city, and what grew in the ground, everything was turned to dust. But his wife looked back behind him, and she became a pillar of salt. So next time you have chiles rellenos with salt in the bowl, right? Reflection and meditation. Let me give you ABCD. ABC. A. Be sensitive to God's voice. Be sensitive to God's voice. While it is said, today, if you will hear His voice, do not harden your heart, as in the rebellion. So we see that they could not enter, receive, because of unbelief. Let me tell you something. God is going to show you this. God has given you so many beautiful opportunities that you have not been able to enjoy it, to enter, to make them yours because you did not believe. Because of your unbelief, you've been left outside of so many great things. I know people in my life with great talents, great abilities. They didn't believe they could serve the Lord. They didn't believe they could sing. They didn't believe they could do it. B. With faith, all things are possible.
Amen.
Jesus looked at them and said, with men, it's impossible, but not with God. For with God, all things are possible.
Yes, Lord.
And some of you want to come out of Egypt and renounce to Egypt, and you say, I can't live this life that I grew. I can't, it's hard for me to live those practices of homosexual, lesbians, drugs, alcohol, whatever. It's hard, I can't. The word says, with men, it is impossible, but not with God. Because all things are possible with God. If you believe, it's possible. In God's dictionary, the word impossible doesn't exist. And in us too, let's erase that word. Because there's a lot of possibilities. And it's possible with God. Michi, can you come up here? Be diligent in your Christian walk. Behold, I am coming as a thief. Blessed is he who washes and keeps his garment, lest he walk naked and they see his shame. This is the word of God. You have received so much from me. I have given you so much. It is necessary. It is necessary. Therefore, you must give the more earnest heed to the things